what is it about the controls engineering that really appeals to you as opposed to, some of the other disciplines?
Um, i- it's the troubleshooting that appeals to me as far as figuring out the solution. And I've had guys say, I got a compliment in California. Um, he thought I'd be a great applications engineer, because I can troubleshoot a circuit, but I don't always have like the execution. So I'm not going to be your 100% programmer, and I'm not going to be like the best electrical tech in the world. But figuring out the problem and then figuring out, hey, this is the idea. That to me is a lot about controls. The implementation, that's where you can get into the specialist or the specialties, I guess. And
Hmm.
there may be people that can do it better, but if you have a good base electrical, base software, and troubleshooting skill set, then you're able to build on that, and then you can specialize. Drives, um, PLCs, the networking side, all of that gets lumped into controls engineering, but that's the difference with integration companies when they split it out. When I first came on, we were expected to read the read the electrical sheets, do the single lines, figure out the hardware, and go and program it. So the bigger systems that you get on or the bigger projects, you've got that specialty that's split out, and you get the programmers and the hardware folks. But even on the project management side, at one point your hardware folks go home. The software guys have to figure it out. So um, and then you start that transition into the process side. So my master's in systems engineering, and we think about things, or I think about things in a systems aspect, and that's,
Hmm.
I think, if you broke out controls engineering, there's the technician types, there's the design side, um, hardware, software specialty, and then there's the people that look at the whole box. And the whole box to me is anywhere from the component all the way up to your plant, um, and how that functionality, how that line may fit into your plant. And those are things that piqued my interest early on, because people would be like, "Oh, we're going to control your inputs with your raw material, and then track all this happening on the inside, and then output your widget, be it a car, be it a jar of baby food, be it whatever."
Hmm.
Um, and to me, if we can really do that with automation, then we're helping out. If we're not, then we've got a bunch of systems that sometimes work together and sometimes don't, and that's controls, at least it keeps it on the floor and with the electrical mechanical aspect, and that's but
Right.
you're seeing the changes, because we're going from OT to IT, and that's where you get that interface if you want to take the systems aspect and make it bigger. So
Right. Yeah, it's kind of a convergence well, I mean, it's been a convergence of electrical and mechanical for
yeah,
years
that's
leading up to it, and now it's the IT and the OT that are converging, and it's like you
right.
said, it's really, the big system. It's ultimately, what are you doing with all this stuff? Yeah, if we have two components and they work together, that's just a piece of the puzzle. It's a much larger, um, I hate to use the word holistic, but I mean, it really is a holistic approach to engineering.
Yeah, definitely. And that's where you see part of the debate right now, with not to harp on the OT or the what IoT 4.0, 5.0, 6.0, wherever we are. The it's how much money do you want to spend to tie all those systems together, and then does it work for you? Um, for instance, the current industry I'm in, it doesn't necessarily work for us, um, like it might for a different player. But if we could do that locally, and then have a system on the business side talking to it, then at least the guys get a bird's eye view that their cost center is working, and then they can regulate their throughput, and I think that's what everybody cares about. on the business side is like, are the machines running? And
Right.
that's where the IT OT convergence has been going on. And you had another question that was further down that was about what, like going to cloud and stuff like that. And it's like, well, all that right now depends on what your application is and what industry you're actually in, and
Mhm.
is it cost effective for you to do those changes? And that's, as far as why does controls engineering appeal to me, it's like, well, you can pretty much get into any situation that you want, be it troubleshooting, be it making the hardware, interfacing that cost center or that line with the business side. It's like the sky's the limit as far as
It's the
what
full
you
gamut,
can.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.